just quickly before we start, I've seen a lot of comments on the Tardis Zone stream saying that this is typical of your side, and I just want to address which side I actually fall on, because I feel like it's important to this discussion. I don't like the current era, but it's more to do with the acting and the writing than the politics. So no, I'm not a BBC shill or a sellout, I just don't like it for different reasons as to the people who are going to be mentioned in this video. With that said, enjoy the video. Alright, so as you guys all know, recently there's been some Twitter drama going on between me and a fellow YouTuber called Tardis Zone. Now I'll give you a quick warning, this video is going to be unedited because quite frankly, I don't want to spend any more time on this than is necessary, but I just want to address a few of the things that have been going on over the past sort of year since this whole thing kicked off. So for context, about a year ago I was friends with a few of these individuals, mainly Ballstrike and Tardis Zone. This isn't a sort of part of my life that I look back on particularly fondly, but at this time I was 15 and I was very much still figuring out where my sort of political and sort of allegiances were in regards to how I felt on the show and its politics. So this was a very formative time for me, and with that being said, a friend of mine known as Channel Pep released a video on Ballstrike, basically detailing some of the issues with some of his arguments. And because I didn't immediately come to defend Ballstrike publicly, Noel took this as some kind of betrayal, and as a result, I was essentially cast away from their group and told, you know, you're not part of our group anymore. What Noel doesn't know is that I did actually reach out to Channel Pep privately in DMs, saying to maybe tone down some of the jokes made in that video at Ballstrike's expense. So I was, in a way, defending Ballstrike despite not doing it publicly. With that having been said, shortly after all this, Tardis Zone made a tweet to the effect of, "You've made a very big mistake." Now, at the time, I thought that this was a personal attack on me. Looking back on it, I kind of realised that that was not the intention, and I apologise for misreading the intention of said tweet. However, as I said, I was 15 at the time, and I was scared, and I apologise for misreading that. But as I said, I was scared, and obviously I'm 15 at this point, and he's like, I know he's a grown adult, I don't know his exact age, but yeah, I was just afraid. But as I said, shortly after that, things just sort of went out of control, you know. Over the past year, it's kind of been quiet, but recently it kind of resurged due to, like, me seeing some things about Tardis Zone and seeing him say some things that I disagreed with and found problematic, and I felt the need to speak up about them. Obviously, I apologise for taking it too far. I realise now that I could have handled it differently. With that said, I don't apologise for the reason I ended up talking about Tardis Zone and sort of critiquing him, because I believe that his views on social issues deserve to be challenged and need to be challenged like every view does, and I do have a right to critique him as a fellow content creator, just as he has a right to critique me. Obviously, as I said, I do not condone death threats or anything like that, and I haven't sent anything, I haven't been involved in any of that, and I just want to make that very clear now. Obviously, I've seen that there's been a lot of attacks towards him and his wife, and I'm genuinely sorry that that's happened to you guys. I wanted you to see my face to know that I am genuinely sorry that that's happened to you guys. But I have had no involvement in it, and I wanted to make that clear. In regards to referring to Noel's wife as the wife, in quotations, the reason I did that is because the person, Cheryl, his wife, who was commenting on my channel, I didn't know it was really her, because I've had a lot of run-ins with kind of parody accounts and fake accounts, so I honestly thought it was a fake account at first, until Tardis Zone came out on stream and said that that was really her. So I apologise for not, you know, realising that, but if memory serves, when she used to moderate for Noel on the chat, she was called Cheryl Glynn, so I thought that it was a parody account, but now I know that it's not. But that wasn't meant to be a personal attack on her. I've never personally attacked her. I've only ever gone after Noel. I didn't want to drag her into it at all, because from the few exchanges that we've had, she seemed genuinely like a nice person, and I wouldn't wish anything bad upon her. If any of my fans have been involved, in sending her anything vile or disgusting, and that goes for Noel as well. Don't do that. I do not condone it, and if you do that, then you're not going to score any brownie points with me, so just don't do it. It's not nice, even if I don't like the individuals that it's targeted towards. It's not acceptable in any circumstance. With that having been said, this is not going to end until someone decides to end it, and that's kind of what I've decided to do. Obviously, Pup decided to sort of bow out, and I'm basically following suit, because I just don't want any further part in this. We all just need to sort of let it go and move on at this point. As I said, I don't apologise for the reason I was critiquing him, but I do apologise for some of the ways that I went about doing it. I do not condone death threats or editing people onto vile images. I don't condone that either, and I never have. I have not partaken in any of that. I have not orchestrated any of this. There seems to be this conspiracy that I've launched some kind of cyber attack on Noel and his family, and it's just not true. I was just critiquing him and his content, as is my right as a content creator, in the same way that commentary channels critique other YouTubers. This was a similar sort of thing. I was just doing what I thought was right, and I apologise if I went about it in the wrong way, and I apologise for anything that they received from my fans, because I don't condone it. But with that said, I think that's about everything I wanted to say on this matter. Please don't mention it in, like, Noel's chat or my comments anymore. Just leave it, just let it rest at the end of the day, because who's really going to benefit from continuing this? No one's really the winner in this situation. Noel's received some vile stuff, I've received some vile stuff, his wife has received some vile stuff, Channel Pup has received some vile stuff, and we're all just sick of it, from what I can tell anyway. So just, everyone, I'm asking all of my fans to just disengage. Just do not provoke him at all, do not at him in anything, do not at me in anything to do with this. I don't want any further part in it. I apologise once again for anything that you've received from my fans. I do not condone what they have done if they have done it. But I do not apologise for the reason I critiqued you in the first place, because I feel like those views do deserve to be challenged, and there is nothing wrong with challenging certain views, in the same way that I hope that if Tardis Sunset thinks I said something wrong, I hope that he would critique me as well, because no one's perfect at the end of the day. We're all human. Our mistakes are what make us human. But that being said, that doesn't mean that we're wrong for holding people accountable for their mistakes. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you later.